as we're almost ready to get underway. Again, Niagara 0-3 in the exhibition season, but all that gets thrown away as Niagara wearing the purple with the white and purple stripes on top. They are going from left to right to get things going. They start with possession, and that's New Kelly Bow with the touch ahead, and he was looking for Barnes. Now to the middle of the field. Alamari unable to catch up to it. As Riverside able to take it away. The long ball deflects off Obifuna, but some good recovery speed by the freshman to clear the line and send that out for a touch. And the back line is going to be a big question for this Purple Eagles squad headed into the season. Their captain and senior and graduate student now, and some would call it the emotional center of this Purple Eagle squad, and Jordan Acevedo, who will not be available this year as he had successful ACL surgery just this week. So playing in the middle for the Purple Eagles, look for another graduate student to kind of fill that role in number 24, Rafael Freitas. Freitas, a very experienced player with a lot of minutes logged on that back line, and they're hoping he can step in and calm down the two youngsters that he's playing with on the wings and the left and right back in Payne. And we saw Obifuna wearing number 2. Hassey will head this one up for the Purple Eagles. And foul called against the Highlanders will give Niagara a free kick. When looking at this Highlanders squad, it was tough to scout them as they did not participate in the season last year due to the pandemic. They last took to the field back in 2019, did the Highlanders, and they were very good at home that year, going 5-2-3 and finishing 6-9-3 overall. That was a season after these Highlanders won their first ever Big West tournament. Ended up with an NCAA berth after they entered the tournament as a 2 seed, the most successful program or most successful campaign in this program's history, and it all comes under the watchful eye of their head coach as Niagara looking to keep this in the attacking third. You see tracking that and coming together, still kept in play by a good volley in the corner. It's still in the attacking third for the Purple Eagles. Looking to attack now. They split a couple defenders. The low cross, and Gonzalez is there to scoop that one up. Some good pressure from the Purple Eagles. Highlanders making the long trek cross country, the kitty court of the country. If you do an estimate between the flight here, some travels to downtown Buffalo, they're going to cover well over 5,000 miles on this swing through Western New York, as they'll also take on Canisius while they're in the area. So a very long trip to get this season going before headed back west. Hassey's going to put the big right foot through that one, and that will carry and go right out of bounds into the Niagara bench and result in another throw-in. See number 33, Andrew Alexander, scooping it up, a freshman on that back line out of Los Angeles. Difficult ball to deal with. It's stolen away, but Gonzalez is quick off his line to get there ahead of Almeida. You always got to be conscious of number 14 in purple, Rodrigo Almeida, tied for the lead in goals last season for this Purple Eagle squad with 4. And he was looking to pounce on a giveaway right outside the penalty area as Payne regains control for Niagara. He's immediately tackled, gets some good support. And now Alamari going on the attack, puts one through, but it's going to be too far ahead for Asher Barnes to catch up to that, and Gonzalez is in control yet again. Purple Eagles coming off a pretty good campaign of their own as the long ball going into effect, making the long run, but Freitas and the back line of the Purple Eagles do well to deny Clark that time, who was streaking down this near sideline. But going back to the Niagara campaign last season, saw them go 3-2 at home, 1 one of the losses at home was an overtime loss to Monmouth, and then in the quarterfinals, again against Monmouth on this field, Niagara would be eliminated from the MAC tournament. And Coach Boyle was saying that he wants his team to see that they're capable of doing it, but not become complacent this season, as they know they have to work hard because nothing from last year is guaranteed to carry over.
No, it's off.
So Niagara with this very, very challenging
conference
schedule, and right now they contend with the Highlanders making a run. As controlling that down low was Omerson. Now the cross and a chip shot will end up curling wide and result in a goal kick for the Purple Eagles. As we'll take a peek at some of the latest chances we had, including this one from Almeida, who makes the steal off the errant pass, but a good heads-up play from Carlos Gonzalez to bail out his defender. Keep this one scoreless as Burke gets ready to put his right foot through this one. Headed back towards the Niagara defensive third. Guazelli on a pivot, tries a pass. Alamari's there, along with a host of other Eagles. Payne will get it as far as midfield. We're settling it down is Pineda. Yonik Pineda, senior. This one's going to be deemed offsides against the Highlanders, as Guazelli was making the run down that far sideline. And again, with UC Riverside not playing last year, and they had one exhibition game against UNLV that was a 1-1 tie. In that game, it was Roberto Garcia Vargas that scored the goal, but video very sparse, and again, not participating. Scouting this Highlander squad is very difficult, and Coach Boyle was saying that one thing they know for sure with the California squad and Big West is they're going to be very technically proficient, and they're going to have some size to them, and you can certainly visually see that on your screens, as right now the Highlanders looking to go on the attack, this time with Noah Lopez. He looks to flip it across the other way, and it's on the mark is Alexander. His pass, though, just outside the penalty area is a little errant, and Niagara will take advantage to send it over the touch line as it just barely makes it there. Alexander's quick to throw it right back into play. Here comes the cross. Burke looking to track it, can't get his hands on it. There's a swinging attempt, and the defense on the goal line is able to head it out as Hasse does his best goalkeeper impression, using his head to keep that one out and keep us scoreless, but it's going to be a corner kick for Riverside. As you see the replay, Burke tried to make a catch there, but he was boxed out by Badiwa. Our player to watch for the Highlanders as the first corner comes swinging in. Burke able to get his hands on that one, though, and punch out of the penalty area, and then the attempted volley catches Clark in the leg and ends up going well wide, as you get a good look at Brendan Clark there, the sophomore midfielder from Pompano Beach, Florida. So Burke will direct his team to go downfield, and Coach Boyle said Burke's directional kicking has been very consistent through practices and exhibitions, been happy with his placement, and that time he's able to find one of his teammates, and that will force this one high in the air, still in play. Omerson, 6'3" junior, trying to get this one free. Here come the Riverside Highlanders again on the attack with Lopez. Lopez a move to his left, now to his right as he dances through defenders, a spin move, can't get the shot off, now leaves it back. A good move to the left, and that one's blocked as letting it go was Guazelli, and then the follow-up again goes wide. So the Highlanders using this running long ball to give the Purple Eagles problems. There was a good block in the middle of that formation for the Purple Eagles, as the defenders have come up big early for Niagara. Burke's going to try the near side of the field this time. Alamari looks like he'll be the guilty party, and that'll result in a free start here and quickly back into play. Gonzalez just outside the penalty area will allow Pineda to take over. Again, he's looking to go over the top. Hasse making the run with Clark. Clark's going to let one go and missed on the short side. So Niagara primarily playing with 3 backs and then 2 wingers that help out defensively. And Coach Boyle really likes the consistency that Hasse and Tofino have shown in those wing positions, as they're able to generate offense, and they'll be called upon to do that, but they're also fairly good defensively, and we saw Hasse come up with that big save just moments ago. Clark looking to lift this one. Freitas making the run as Lopez trying to get around, and a little too much contact from Lopez will draw the whistle from the referee. Our referees for today are Christopher Majad, Joseph Zwack, and Ian Boyle. As you see, the latest infraction there is Freitas got clipped on the heel. It's going to be Freitas, Payne, and Obifuna on that back line, spending a lot of minutes together. And it's Obifuna who just did a good block out that time to protect the ball. And Alamari gets taken down, and Niagara will have a set piece here. We'll see if they elect to put some players in the box or if they go with the quick restart. Hasse's going to ask for some room, and he will get it. Diwa wearing the captain's band for Riverside backs up, and Hasse now looking around as he calls for everyone to move up, and looks like the Purple Eagles are going to get very aggressive with this one. As the only 2 people back and not in the attacking third are Hasse, who's going to take the kick, and Burke, the goalkeeper. Purple Eagles lined up at the 18-yard box. This one's going to go far side. Still available, and now it's cleared out. Good boot there from Souter. Will clear it out and force Niagara to restart with the throw-in on their half of midfield. As you get a look at Issa Badiwa, again wearing the captain's band there and looking for big things in this his senior year after taking a good step in his junior campaign 2 years ago. This one will end up going to the Highlanders. As that one rolled out of bounds. Alexander thought about launching it. Will now take a peek. Let's see if Freitas is the guilty party this time. He is, and this will be a set piece now for the Highlanders from the wing. They've had the lone corner thus far in this one and looked very dangerous off of that. And they're going to force the Purple Eagles to defend this one. Has come to stand over the ball is Leopoldo Hernandez, wearing number 7 as he approaches, and thought better of it. Now he's ready. This one bending towards the middle, headed in the other direction, and it just catches the woodwork and goes out of bounds. It was Pineda who came flashing through. Burke was moving to his right. Pineda goes back to his left with that header attempt, and it just bends wide of the post. Another close call for the Purple Eagles, but we remain scoreless as we're 14 minutes into this first half. Pineda again involved in this one, but Alamari is able to find Tofino. Now Barnes. Barnes with good speed, the sophomore. Now gives off to Alamari. 2 young, quick players for the Purple Eagles on that side. Alamari and Barnes both in their sophomore season. Now they're going to give this to Gonzalez. Pineda's going to walk this one up as he's got lots of room, and Green in front of him does the senior. Again, this Riverside squad led by their head coach Tim Capello, assistant coach Chris Volk, Eric Gonzalez, another assistant coach, a graduate of UC Riverside, and another assistant coach, Dule Laco Lacera. And one of the reasons that UCR decided to make this trip through Western New York is because of their head man and Tim Capello. He's a graduate of SUNY Fredonia back in 2006 and attended Aquinas High School outside of Rochester before moving on to Fredonia. Also spent a little time in Syracuse, so very familiar with the upstate area and upstate New York here. And visiting here at the end of August weather-wise is a terrific decision, as we've been treated to a nice perfect night here, a little bit on the warm side, so we will see a hydration break here in the first half. As we trickle under 29 minutes left to go in the half, it's the Highlanders looking to flip it to the near side. Niagara applying pressure with Almeida and Hasse as they look to trap Clark, and then stepping in is Alberg, and he creates a turnover. Almeida around one, puts on the brakes, goes down. The whistle does go. It's outside of the box, though, so no penalty kick forthcoming, but a very dangerous set piece coming up for the Purple Eagles. As Almeida, using that speed, tried getting around the sliding Souter. Souter gets enough of the contact to draw the whistle. So Hasse moves over. And you see just on the outside of the penalty area. Niagara loading up on the far post. Hasse, a junior from Godfrey, Illinois, gets the whistle and okay. Puts a little bit too much on that one as it sails past the far post. Payne trying to keep it in play. Took a couple swipes at it with the right leg, but came up empty, and it'll go out for a UCR throw-in. So well defended that time by the Highlanders, as Niagara had a good look, but unable to generate a shot.
1,
Niagara
sorry.
in good position to take this one over, is to let that one trickle out of bounds and settle for the throw. This Niagara team, I mentioned, scheduling a very difficult out-of-conference schedule, as they next have Utah Valley coming here to Monteagle Ridge on Sunday afternoon, and then Binghamton on Friday the 3rd before they head out on the road for 5 straight, including a matchup with Syracuse. And speaking of Syracuse, some interesting news from Syracuse is the Niagara women's soccer team was leading 4-1 last I checked. I'm not sure if that went final, but I'm sure we'll get you an update shortly. And it has gone final, and the Purple Eagles victorious over the Orange by a score of 4-2. Valancourt had a hat trick in that effort, so the Niagara women's team in the win column already today, and the men's team looking to follow. They have a very tough Highlanders team with Fremar Omerson going down. Whistle stays in the pocket of the referee. Niagara looking to pounce on this opportunity. Alamari gets taken down, and that will draw a whistle. So Omerson still on the turf in some difficulty. A 6'3" junior defender from Iceland. He really stands out with his height there. And you see he's still having difficulties getting up to his feet. So let's see what happened. And you see him grab the back of his leg, and could be a cramp. Obviously, you mentioned the weather here today. Might have taken a spike to the back of the leg as he continues to try to walk that one off his left leg. Back underway. Padilla to Clark. Freitas steps up but can't come away with it. Padilla gets it on the near side, left foot, stops, takes a peek, and we'll get a whistle. Offsides, the call from the far assistant referee. As that will put an end to that attack. As you get a look at a sophomore for the Purple Eagles, Herman Alberg out of Norway. Gigantic right leg with a lot of power. Niagara hoping that comes through in the offense this season as they look for that sophomore to step up and contribute. Taking a more prominent role this year, a starting role, as you see him with the touch there. Tofino trying to win it back, but a nifty move there by the Highlanders' Guizelli, and he ends up drawing the foul. So we'll get a free kick there, right in front of the substitution table. Homerson didn't like what he saw the first time, now drives it into the penalty area, and it's just going to be a hair too far. As Padilla was trying to run that one down, but it'll be another goal kick awarded to the Purple Eagles as we take a look at some of the stats as we are under 24 minutes now left to go. Shot attempts highly favoring the Highlanders at a 7-1 count, but shots on goal 1 apiece for each team. Highlanders with the lone corner thus far. Each team has committed 4 fouls. Riverside offsides twice, Niagara once. Clark keeps this one on the ground. Now chasing after it is Lopez. He's in the corner, finds Clark. And Clark is going to bring it back and reset the offense as Jacob Souter has it, and will send it back to the 11th man. Another long ball, this time to the far sideline, and again the flag goes up. Well defended by the Purple Eagles as the first few long balls really seemed to catch them off guard and cause some problems with that back line, but the last few, the back line's done well to step up and make sure that they're putting players in an offside position as you see the flag go up. This is going to give the Purple Eagles a chance now, and Hassey's going to run over to the far side as the Purple Eagles might want to try to draw something up in this stoppage. As Tofino will allow Hassey to take this one as they flop spots. Purple Eagles with 6 inside the penalty area. Hassey's got some big targets up there with Payne and Freitas. Here it comes. Far post, headed towards the goal. Booted away from Gonzalez and out of danger. As Pineda is able to recover. Alamari looking to keep the pressure on for the Purple Eagles as he swings wide, and that one's tackled out of bounds. And they're saying it went off of Alamari last, so it's going to be a throw-in awarded to the Highlanders after Alamari had thought he had won it for the Purple Eagles. As you see Alexander hustling over to that far side wing position. Andrew, a freshman. We'll get a look at that last look, and Alexander thought he went off Alamari. The assistant referee agreed, but now the Purple Eagles with another free kick coming from just outside the attacking third as New Kelly Bow draws the contact that time. You see Bow being taken down by Lopez. Hassey's gonna get another chance here. As you see, New Kelly Bow, a senior from Liberia, as Hassey approaches. This one lower, enticing, getting a piece of it was Freitas high in the air, knocked down. Barnes trying to spin, can't control that one. And Riverside's going to get out of trouble. Purple Eagles thought that last tackle hit the Highlander team last and went out of bounds, but it's a foul that's called, so it'll stick with Riverside. As I mentioned, Riverside really had the bulk of the chances early on, but Niagara seemed to have found their footing in the last few minutes, and they're going to have themselves a throw-in. Oh, trying to weave his way through traffic, loses control. Here come the Highlanders, long chance. Burke's going to look that one. That was in danger of taking a big hop, but Burke using the entirety of his frame to come up with that save. As Wazzelli let it fly. Second shot on target for Riverside. This back line for the Highlanders. Very accurate with their passing, losing their footing though, and the flag goes up again on the offsides. As they're trying to work that far sideline. Get another look from field level. They lost the footing and went down and cost a good looking attack, as it was Alexander who was looking to press again. First touch controlled by Niagara, and it's put out for a throw-in. And we're going to have ourselves a substitution, our first of the game.
End of the game for Niagara, number 16, Gabriel McKenna, comes in for number 27, Herman Alberg.
That comes into the game for Alberg, is keeping this one in play. Was Barnes, and there's a foul called. Let's see if it's a corner or a free kick from right along that end line. It's going to be a free kick. Now they're moving it to the corner as the referee clarifies where it should be. Still a free kick, not technically a corner. As Tofino asks for some room and backs off the defender, and Wazzelli. Tofino swings this one in, bending towards the goal. It hits a body in front. I think it got Payne. Niagara trying to maintain control, pushes it out. They'll throw in another low cross. That one won't find its way through, and Tofino will send it back to Hassey. Hassey looking for the long ball. Barnes in the neighborhood. He gets a piece. Payne was looking to follow up, but it was just a hair in front of him, and he couldn't get a piece, and Gonzalez was there to corral it. This Purple Eagle squad, again, played during the spring after the fall of 2020 was canceled. And Coach Boyle and the players said this has been a far more enjoyable process here in the fall of 2021 compared to the spring, as a little bit more like normal, some more team building exercises. And it's been a hot August here, so the Purple Eagles have really been accustomed to this temperature and got a chance to work with it, as you see the last opportunity for Niagara on the free kick. Nice touch to Alexander. Alexander going to swing one low, high in the penalty area. Good flip, an attempted bicycle kick in there by Lopez, won't connect, and that one ends up going well out of play. And that's going to bring us to our first water break, I believe. Let's see if that's what we're going to stop here for, if it's just going to be a substitution.
End of the game for California, Riverside.
It's going to be a couple substitutions, but first let's take a look at that last attack by the Highlanders.
End of the game for
See
Niagara,
the flip up there, and there was the attempt by Lopez, and all sorts of traffic.
Number 8, Ali Alamari.
Not quite bicycle kick, but close enough. Good backtrack that time by Clark to break up the counter by the Purple Eagles. Now in the penalty area, one-on-one. Obifuna takes down his man. And they're looking to see if that should be a penalty kick. It will not. Badiwa trying to draw the whistle. But it was well played by the freshman of the Purple Eagles. Obifuna backpedaling. You see the matchup. There's the move and the contact there, and Obifuna might have got away with one there, but if that's outside the penalty area, you probably see the whistle go, but
number 4,
not on that one.
Rapine.
Two substitutions for the Purple Eagles as Rapine will come
also for Niagara,
in
number 23,
as we approach
Kuche,
14 minutes.
14, Rodrigo
with 14
Almeida.
minutes exact right now on the clock. Burke puts this one into play as Repine, wearing number 4, comes into the game. Also checking in for the Purple Eagles, number 23, Federico Kuje. Repine playing a new position this year. We've seen him on the back end a lot, but Niagara testing him out at forward. Saw that in the exhibition game on Monday night, and Repine showed a lot of promise in that attack position over the summer, scoring some goals for FC Buffalo this summer. And they're going to give him a shot offensively here this year. And Coach Boyle says he really likes how he stays in position and he makes himself available. He'll find those soft spots to try to create chances, and very well fit and able to cover a lot of ground. Niagara with 3 substitutions thus far as Clark touches that one. Entering the game is Garcia Vargas, who had that goal against UNLV, but right now he's on the turf after that latest tackle. It's Alexander trying to win it back for his squad, and he is fouled, and we'll have a free kick now for Riverside. Yeah. Look at that tackle from Kelly Bowe. As this one's put to Burke, and Burke is ready to bring that one in easily. Tofino. Unable to get that pass through as a nasty collision between 2 players on the far side. I believe that was Kuje who collided with Omerson. And indeed it was, as Kuje gets the left sneaker and padding back in position. He's all right. Let's see if there's a booking here, though. Nope, no card coming out for that latest tackle. Just a free kick for the Purple Eagles, as you saw the fouls at 7-5. Tofino puts this one in. Won't find its intended target as Souter was there. Souter again will launch it up the far sideline, knocked down by Tofino. And that one's going to go out of bounds for a Riverside throw. I mentioned Repine, who had played the back line, was in consideration to possibly take over that center back position that was vacated by Acevedo, but Freitas has done a pretty good job thus far in practices and exhibition to take over the starting role and allow Repine to stay in that new attacking position. Niagara with maybe one of the deepest squads they've had in recent memory. A lot of youth and upperclassmen, a lot of talent throughout the lineup, and now they're going to try to push it over to Hasse. Has a little room as Clark comes out to defend. Rough first touch, but getting around it that time. And now the pass just outside the penalty area, and it's knocked away. Verissimo was trying to get that one through, could not do so. Hassey's going to throw this one. Verissimo unable to keep that one in the field of play, so it'll be a throw-in for Riverside. Gonçalo Verissimo, the sophomore from Estoril, Portugal. Wearing number 6 for the Purple Eagles. Good stop through traffic that time by Hernandez to find an opening to get rid of it. Good step by Tofino to steal it back for the Purple Eagles, and he'll allow Barnes to take over. Back to Tofino on that far side. Alexander watching closely. Just under 10 minutes now as the Purple Eagles try getting into the near side, but that one's headed away by Clark. Clark very active
into the
in
game for
first
Niagara,
half.
number 12, A.J. Ali, and for number 7,
sophomore
Stephen Hassey.
On that wing.
Also into the game for Niagara, number 11, Luigi Belmorte, for number 10, Josh Tofino.
Latest action, and it doesn't come on the field of play, but out of bounds. Our cameramen always alert and ready, getting you the shots and keeping the play moving along. Our student here helping out, getting this broadcast on the air. Terrific crew on hand. Lots back in the studio making this happen. Right now, Diwa fending off purple jerseys and gets it back. And Souter will try the other side of the field. Hernandez looking for the long ball to connect. That one's going to drift out of play and result in a Niagara throw-in. Niagara with the throw. That one's going to be deflected out as well. And mentioning the depth of this Purple Eagle squad, and Coach Boyle really thinks there's a handful of players that have the ability to go pro if they are able to find some assertiveness out on the pitch and act with a little bit more direction and less hesitancy. And he feels he really does truly feel he's got a handful of players that are capable of going pro. Of course, Tim Capello has seen numerous players go pro under his watch for Riverside, as 5 draft picks in the MLS over the course of the last 6 years to come out of this Riverside program. Clark towards the middle. Didn't like what they saw, did Badiwa, so he's going to send it back. Pineda will utilize Souter here on the near side as 7.5 minutes or so before the end of this first half, as we are still scoreless. Good news is the skies don't look much darker from when we started, except for the daylight factor as the lights grab hold. But in terms of ominous weather, so far so good. As we'll get a look at that last infraction called against the Purple Eagles, the foul called. Good first touch that time, and well handled by Guazelli to get this set piece for Riverside. Hernandez over in the area, along with Padilla. Hernandez took the last one. Let's see. No, this time it's Padilla bending it towards the post, but Burke in clean air able to find the handle easily on that one. As the Niagara keeper thought about a few options. Now look out. He's got a quickly coming on Garcia Vargas, but Burke is able to get rid of it in time. Seen Almeida use that move a few times on this field and do it successfully. Garcia Vargas came oh so close to doing it that time, but Burke able to get rid of it. But the Purple Eagles again guilty of the foul, so another free kick for Riverside. Guazelli gonna lift one this into the penalty area. Good box out that time by Bo. And it results in an errant pass in Niagara to take over possession. Repine gets a touch on that throw in, but it ends up at the feet of Pineda. And he's going to utilize his keeper Gonzalez and right back out to Souter. able to fend off the attacker that time. A good takeaway for the Niagara back line. But again, another quick whistle and foul called against the Purple Eagles will result in the Highlanders getting possession back, as you see Souter down on the turf right in front of our camera location. And you see that last foul by Repine. So right now the Highlanders with control and possession the last few minutes, as Niagara's been guilty of a few fouls in a row, and it's allowed the Highlanders to find their attack again as they look to get it to the perimeter. Out to defend that one for Niagara is A.J. Ali, the sophomore wearing number 12. Dua, he goes down. Verissimo unable to keep that one in, though, so it's another throw in to the Highlanders. 5 minutes left to go in the half.
Nobody follows that rule.
Riverside.
Nobody follows that rule.
Has, again, Canisius in this trip through Western New York, and then they'll take on San Diego State when they get back home. Right now it's Souter. Some good triangle passing right now by this Riverside squad. Niagara content not to pressure that back line right now, but instead stay in position defensively as Tofino's back to defend against the long ball, looking for Alexander, and he does it well as he's able to get a throw in for the Purple Eagles. Payne will launch this one in, but it's going to go off of Tofino and back out of play. That will be a stoppage and allow 2 substitutions to come into the game for Riverside, as the Highlanders will take out Padiwa, who's had a very active first half.
Now into the game for California Riverside,
into the game,
number 17, Carlos Osorio.
Castro.
For number 10, Isa Badawia. Also into the game for Riverside, number 18, Adolfo Magana.
Also Magana coming into the game, wearing number 18.
For number 8, Caio Guazelli.
He comes in for Guazelli, as there's a nice one-touch into the penalty area. Quick move, now left there. They'll allow it to go to Clark, and he drills it right into the 0 on the chest of Burke. Good build-up that time by the Highlanders, but good positioning by the goalkeeper for the Purple Eagles, Burke, as he took that one square. As we'll get a look at that last opportunity. Good setup as Garcia Vargas lets that one go, and Clark able to step into it square, but it's right at Burke. Bo's going to punch this one towards the penalty area. Still available, but Pinedo quickly gets rid of that. Magana trying to win this one, but it's a foul called. Actually, it's going to be a throw-in for the Purple Eagles, as Tofino directs some traffic. Niagara unable to come up with this one. Payne's going to head it back where it came from. And that's going to be a foul against the Purple Eagles, as getting a foot up high that time was Niagara. Couldn't see who exactly committed the act, but it certainly was a foul. And here comes the long ball again. Looking to get Garcia Vargas free. Burke off his line, out of the box to knock it away. Ali trying to help out, but he's cornered there and facing the wrong way. A good pivot to get it up the sideline. Verissimo able to help out to get it to Repine. And now it's Bo. Gets it over to Tofino on the far side as Niagara builds their attack. Alexander keeping the watchful eye on Tofino. Tofino trying to go to the perimeter. Now dances to the middle, but lost the handle. Now Tofino, the low cross, that deflects off it. Man, no, he sent it right out. No corner, a goal kick upcoming for the Highlanders. There's a few players on this Niagara roster, when you see the ball on their foot, that they get excited. You can get excited and know something is about to happen, and it's Almeida usually and Tofino, and that time Tofino was looking to make something magical
1 minute
happen,
remaining in the
but
first half
just
of
lost
play.
it at the end. As we enter the final minute of this first half, don't go anywhere during halftime. We'll get you all caught up on the highlights and stats. Also, a special presentation will be occurring during the half, and we'll get you all the information surrounding that as well. Payne steps up and heads that in the other direction for the Niagara back line. Alexander keeps it in play with a pass to Hernandez. Stepping up was Bo, but he couldn't come away with it. Now some room to work with for the Highlanders. They elect to keep it on that side, though. And a good interception. And now Niagara will try the long ball, but that's a bit too far for Repine. But Niagara content to clear it out of the attacking third with only 10 seconds left. We'll have to work quickly as Hernandez gets under that one. Clark to settle it down, but the half will go scoreless as there's it going again. It'll be Roberto Garcia Vargas to get it going for Riverside. Again, he was the goal scorer in their exhibition against UNLV that resulted in a 1-1 draw. Really no wind to speak of on this one, so traveling in either direction shouldn't be impacted too much with the slight breeze. Niagara will take this throw-in right at midfield as AJ Ali gets ready to toss this one in. Can't find its target. Is immediately taken away by Riverside, but Niagara trying to win it back, and they have an opportunity here. They try sending it through to Tofino, but a good recovery, and that one was blocked as Nikeli Bo tried threading the needle. Riverside will calm things down on the back line, and now they're going with that long ball again, trying to go over the top. Freitas in good position to defend. Garcia Vargas will now give off. Alexander will touch it back. Alexander again with the left foot, now towards the middle. Padilla gives way. One of the substitutes, Mangana, over there. Try and make a run, but he overstepped the ball. Kuje trying to get away, and that'll be a handball called. As Sario, the guilty party on that one. Niagara's going to allow Burke to come out and take this one and force everyone further down the field a little bit as Burke unable to get that one to Kuje, but it's still available as Verissimo finds Tofino. Bo loses control. Alexander sends that one over the touchline. Repine trying to get this one free in the penalty area. Pineda doing a great job of boxing him out and protecting. Alexander, he gets fouled by Tofino, who is trying to steal it back. And this Purple Eagles squad looking to accomplish big things with this out-of-conference schedule, as they look to put themselves in a good position come conference play when that begins in early October, but they're looking to make some waves by having a successful out-of-conference campaign. And another foul called, this time against the Highlanders, will give the Purple Eagles the free kick, and Coach Boyle thinks if they can have a very successful campaign against the likes of Syracuse, Brown, and of course this Riverside squad, that they could be knocking on the door of the top 25 with a terrific fall. Tofino unable to dribble his way out of trouble, but he'll stick with the Purple Eagles. This one's going to go back to Gonzalez, and he just gets it out of the penalty area. Payne able to throw it back into the attacking third. Kujay's not going to be able to find the handle as this one's headed back by Souter. Pineda right up the middle. That one's stolen away cleanly. Bo leaves it there. Now McKenna with the shot, and he's going to sail that wide, high and wide. As the midfielder for the Purple Eagles tried one from distance but couldn't find the mark. McKenna with the little stutter was able to find the opening after that stutter step, but couldn't find the target. Good pressure by Repine will steal it back for the Purple Eagles as he stole it back. Now looking to cross that one, stolen away. Very reliable Pineda in the middle of that back line, and then McKenna sticks out a foot, and that'll send a player down, and Repine will avoid any booking, but he's guilty of the foul, and it'll result in a free kick for this Riverside squad as Alexander walks it out. You see this Riverside squad, they're going to have their center back come up and take it, and trying to get his shoe on still is Omerson, because he's struggling with one of the spikes, I believe, on the bottom of the shoe. There he is. Yeah, sometimes that double knot will backfire on you. Can't get it undone and went in the clutch. Now we're just ready to go. Clock did stop for that at 40:06. Again, I was looking over this roster for Riverside, and I came across Omerson from Iceland and saw the high school he attended and instantly just closed the laptop. I will not attempt to say that name, but if you have some free time, check out the roster as Repine steals it away. Repine trying to get ahead of the pack, but he overran it. Repine thought maybe he was fouled, but no whistle, as this one rolls back to Freitas, and he'll utilize Burke. Again, big number 28 involved in that play is Repine, and he go to the ground. Carrying on, though, are the Purple Eagles with Verissimo. That one's taken away and punched out by Alexander. Tofino launches this one on the perimeter. Tofino gets the return pass. Now swings one low. That one's knocked down and cleared. Well done again. As number 5 in white has been very strong in the middle of that back line. As the senior Ionic Pineda doing a stellar job. Tofino's going to try it again. That time Gonzalez had to go up high and corral it himself. As we'll take a look at that last opportunity. First the Repine run where he just lost the handle, came back for it and went down. And now Tofino on that cross, and you see the left foot and almost put it into the corner. Gonzalez had to be very careful with that. Now a good run as the pass comes into the middle. Good one touch. And back in time is Tofino. He loses the control. Freitas gets a piece of it, and Obifuna able to send it out. Good recovery. As we'll get a look at that last opportunity for Garcia Vargas. My apologies, that last chance, that's Luigi Boamorte, who came back just in time wearing 11, taking Tofino's spot, and got the shoulder on that to break it up. So as you see Clark patiently waiting, as Freitas getting a little hydration here. Seems like he's ready to go now, and Clark will have the go-ahead to toss this one in. This one right on the end line. Knocked down. Good carom for the Purple Eagles as they're able to get it out of their defensive third. Pineda's going to send it right back in, and will that be a throw or a goal kick? That's of much interest to this Purple Eagle squad.
Yeah.
And for Niagara, they're going to have to go back into the corner and throw it in, as that was like a coffin corner punt there by Pineda as he pins the Purple Eagles back, but a nice launch from the sidelines will get them out of trouble. It's going to be a foul again against Riverside, as they thought they had taken it away cleanly, but McKenna was infringed upon, and Niagara will take that free kick as we approach 37 minutes
on the white balance?
left to go in this second half. Still looking for our first goal of the night. Niagara 0-2-1 in their exhibition games with the loss to Akron, a 1-goal loss, and then a scoreless tie against Hobart. They lost 2-1 to Robert Morris Sanders in between those. Now the long ball into the penalty area, but no one's going to be able to run out of that one for the Purple Eagles, as it didn't bend enough into the middle of the field. And this Purple Eagle squad looking to build off a very successful 2020 campaign, as they went 5-3 overall, but were 4-2 in conference. Got themselves a home playoff game as the 4 seed, but was eliminated with a 2-1 loss to Monmouth. And the Purple Eagles looking to build on the success of the season, knowing that they're capable of making some noise in the MAC conference. Bo's going to get this one over. Flag still down. Riverside able to regroup in time. Bo Morte making a move around Alexander. Now tries going to the inside, but it's taken away by Alexander, who recovered nicely. And then Bo Morte is going to get himself a yellow card for that latest tackle attempt. The second Purple Eagle to find themselves in the book after Payne got one in the first half. As you see Luigi Bo Morte there, the senior from Portugal. Luigi coming on to take the wing spot that Chifino had occupied in that first half. Saw a lot of playing time in Monday night's exhibition against Hobart. McKenna with a good tackle to take it back, but then lost the handle on the sideline, and it'll go back to the Highlanders. McKenna had himself a very good first campaign, as he scored 3 goals on the shortened season for 6 points, also 11 shots. Those 3 goals came in 4 shots that were on goal, so when he hits the target, he's very lethal. One of them being a penalty kick, though, in the mix. Right now it's Verissimo trying to find some green and open air to work with. We'll have to touch it off to the wing. Burke's going to have to come way out for this one. Good battle along the sidelines. Riverside able to come away with it. Now Clark trying to chase this one down. Ends up going out, and it'll be the Purple Eagles who get the throw, but not before Niagara makes a trio of changes.
For Niagara, number 14, Rodrigo Almeida.
Almeida's going to come back into the game.
Also for the Purple Eagles, number 19, Asher Barnes. For number 4,
Barnes is
Jason
going to come
Repine.
back into the game for Repine.
And number 8, Ali Alamari. For number 6,
Ali
Gonzalo
Alamari is going to
Verissimo.
come back into the game, as Gonzalo Verissimo is going to find his way to the bench. And Alamari was trying to get off to a fast start, but lost the handle on that one, and it goes over the touch line. Alamari able to wiggle free this time, dishes it off. Now a left-footed drive, and he'll miss on the short side.
Well done, dude. Well done.
As New Kelly Bo unleashed that left-footer effort. Let's see how close he came, as you see the setup there. New Kelly Bo able to get in good position, and there's the drive, and he just misses low on that near post. A good chance for the Purple Eagles as Freitas running up to break up that pass attempt. Alamari, a little too much jersey tug that time, and he'll be the guilty party as Riverside trying to attack on this near wing with Alexander, watched by Boa Morte. This one will be sent out for another Highlanders throw as you get a good look at the tie for leading scorer on this Purple Eagles squad last season, Rodrigo Almeida. Highlanders able to get this one to the middle of the field for Rosario Castro. We'll let it go all the way to the other side for Clark. Hernandez couldn't get a soft first touch, but Highlanders able to win that throw-in, so they'll keep possession as Hernandez puts this one back in play. Now towards the middle of the field, Magana trying to get free. Back to the perimeter for Hernandez, but it's stolen away. But again, out of bounds it goes, and again, it'll be a Highlanders throw-in. As you see Barnes there trying to defend on the far perimeter. Magana trying to get free, lost his footing, but popped up and still has control. Fights through some contact, still in possession. Now into the corner, skips through a couple of defenders, puts it into the penalty area. Quick shot, and that will go wide of the far side. Is a really impressive attack that time by Adolfo
for Niagara,
Magana.
number 27,
The senior
Herman
was able to
Alberg.
get through a couple of
For number
defenders.
22, New Kelly Bow.
And then you see the follow-up effort, and that just goes over the crossbar wide as Hernandez had that latest opportunity. Alberg back into the game for the Purple Eagles as he'll take his spot in the midfield. And he draws that foul, does Alberg.
I'm not so
doing a good job of trying
to be honest.
to move that ball forward, and then Freitas tried to pass, but stepping in front of it was Magana. So now Niagara will take this opportunity to set up a set piece as Freitas will move up. And McKenna comes out high to take the kick with Cassie still on the bench being substituted for in that first half. Niagara loading up the 18-yard box right on the line. McKenna keeps this one low. It's headed towards the far post, still available out of play. Last touch by Riverside, so Niagara will get their first corner of the game. As the defender's still on the ground, we'll take a peek at what happened as Clark took that impact along with Freitas, and Clark still on the turf. Good to see he's up and okay. Ready to walk this one off is Brendan Clark. But Niagara with their first corner. Looks like Boa Morte will take this one. Keeps it low near post, and that one goes high and onto the top of the net, and that resulted in another Niagara corner. As it was Souter who last touched that one. But they're going to do it from the other side, so they'll move this corner to the near side of the field. Niagara going to make a couple of changes, though, before they take this next corner kick.
Into the game for Niagara, number 10, Josh DeFino. For number 11, Luigi Boamorte.
So Boamorte
Also for the
comes
Purple
out
Eagles,
for
number
Tofino.
7, Stephen Hassey. For number 12, AJ Ali.
And Hassey's going to come in for Ali. As AJ Ali heads back to the bench as we approach 29 minutes left to go in the second half. Hassey to take the corner kick for the Purple Eagles. They load up the back post again. And this will not count as the whistle was attempted to try to stop Hassey, as you saw Almeida flash through. The referee didn't like the looks he was seeing between the players inside that 6-yard box. So they'll set up again for Niagara's second corner. This time they go far post. That one was in a very good location, but it's Riverside that finds the first touch and gets it out of the penalty area. Niagara still on the attack, though, into the penalty area. A low drive. That one's blocked. Follow up, and reaching up to snare it is Gonzalez. Clark. Alamari gets caught up. And Alamari again gets called for the foul. As we'll take a look at a couple of the last chances, you see McKenna right there gets it blocked and reloads with an opportunity, but a good save made by Carlos Gonzalez. And then Alamari with the latest foul will allow Pineda to get us going, and he's going to punch this one, trying to spring Alexander. And now they're looking for another whistle. Referee waves that one off. No penalty forthcoming on that one. Is Tofino a little contact? As you see Tofino wearing that captain's band, we'll get another look, and you can play referee at home, but I think the proper call was made on the field. Hernandez is going to come off.
For the Highlanders, number 10, Isa Badawia. For number 7, Leopoldo Hernandez.
And coming into the game is, let's see who checked in. It was number 10, Isa Badiwa. It's Riverside's Clark, who works this one forward. Alberg couldn't come up with it. Rosario Castro runs into Payne. Payne able to steal it away. Albert trying to counterattack, but he gets cut off, and this will be a penalty against Riverside, or a foul, I should say. And now the yellow card comes out. I'm not sure who that was directed at, though. It might have been for the reaction to the call, but we'll see. It might be against Alexander. We'll get official word momentarily, but I believe that went to Alexander. As Tofino puts this back in action. A low driver. Almeida trying to get behind the back line. Unable to get to it as Gonzalez races off his line to scoop it up. Some physical play on the far sideline. There's Obifuna using his frame. This available in the middle of the field, and Alexander's waiting for it. He's trying to lift one through. Good ball. Freitas in good position, though, to defend. Trying the one-touch pass for Tofino. Alexander read it well, but Alamari's there to help out. Good sliding tackle, though, to come in by Omerson. Tofino. Alamari and Alexander come together, and it's going to be Alamari again who's rung up. Three touches by the Purple Eagles, but that's as far as they'll advance. And then Freitas gets his foot involved, and Freitas is going to get a yellow card himself. So that's 3 yellows to the Purple Eagles in this one, as Payne got the first, Boamorte the second, and now Freitas gets into the fray. So another free kick, and that'll bring Yonik Pineda to come up and take this one. He's looking for the short pass, doesn't find one he likes. And then the referee wants to have a conversation with Alberg and Rosario Castro. We'll bring this one back with 25:02 showing it on the clock here in this second half, looking for our first goal. As they keep this one on the ground, on target. Good play there defensively for the Purple Eagles to get in the way of that one. I believe it was McKenna who stepped up. Now they're attacking on the far sideline. Hassey with the cross into the penalty area. Gonzalez knocks it away, still free, and it's cleared out. As Almeida got tangled up with the goalkeeper, still on the ground. Niagara's going to keep this play going. Tofino. Now Alberg tries the right-footed effort, but it went off the side of his foot, and Gonzalez gets up hot. Gonzalez none too happy with the contact that occurred previous to that. As you see Alberg getting back in position defensively after he tried unleashing that shot, but miscalculated and caught the side of his foot. Earlier in the game, I was telling you about Tim Capello and his local connections, but first we're going to take a look at the last one. It is Tofino to Alberg, and Alberg tries taking that swing, and it just doesn't hit right.
Number 33, Andrew Alexander.
But talking about Tim Capello, just a lot of soccer history in Western New York for him, again, going to Aquinas and Fredonia, but his father also played professional soccer in Rochester as he was a member of the Lancers in 1975 and finished his career with the Rochester Flash in 1983, so an 8-year professional career for Mr. Capello in Rochester. As Tim happy to bring his Riverside squad back to Western New York, making the swing through Lewiston here and then Main Street against the Golden Griffs later in the trip. Alberg unable to advance this one, and a foul called against the Purple Eagles, and this could be a dangerous position for a set piece. So we'll see what they elect to do here, the Highlanders. They have a couple players back by the ball, but now they'll separate, and it'll be, again, Mr. Pineda to take this one. Back in 2019, he appeared in 15 matches, did Pineda, and had an assist on a 1-0 game-winning goal over Bryant. This one, he's looking to punch far post. Burke back penalty. It's headed back towards the middle. Good recovery by the Purple Eagles defensively as they're able to head it out of the penalty area. Not out of bounds as it's still in play. Now it goes over the touchline, and they'll keep it with Riverside. So Clark will walk over. Now the low cross, that one's headed out. Now another entry into the penalty area. There's on goal, and the sliding shot will find its way in. The flag stayed down, and it's going to be Federico Ukar who gets the goal for the Highlanders and break the scoreless tie as they'll take the lead 1-0. As you see the Highlanders celebrating as Ukar with the captain's band on. The defender doesn't get many opportunities to put one in the goal, but he takes advantage here as he did a good job of getting back on side. You saw the Niagara defender Tofino try to put him in an offside position, and then a sliding kick as Burke is leading to his left. He went right, and the first goal of the season belongs to the Highlanders off the foot of Federico Ukar. So Niagara now trailing as we approach 21 and a half minutes left to go in the second half. Alamari in control. Almeida will pick it up off his pass.
Number 14, Federico
Almeida,
Ukar.
left foot pass.
That's Ukar with the Highlanders goal in the 69th minute
Now
of
it's
play.
Tofino going wide. Tofino, the low cross. That one's headed out of trouble. Obifuna heads this one to Alamari. He gets depossessed of the ball. Obifuna trying to help out offensively. He gets sent to the ground, and he seems to be in some pain. And now there's another yellow card presented. Obifuna favoring that left leg. And this will give Niagara a set piece from a dangerous location to try to find the equalizer after falling behind 1-0. We'll take another look at that latest foul called as Obifuna right there steals it away and then gets bodied to the ground by Magana, and that's what led to the yellow card.
Into the game for the Highlanders, number 8, Kyle Guazelli.
So you see a meeting of the minds there, everyone discussing what this is going to look like. No surprise that Pineda is involved. Anything to deal with going on the field, and he's going to be there. Now Alberg standing over the ball. We got Olamari and Hasse kind of shielding where Alberg's going to shoot this. They split the rocket, and that one's punched over the crossbar by Gonzalez. Alberg has that strong right leg, and they tried freeing him up that time. As you see a little deception here as Hasse and Olamari split at the last second. So it'll be the third Niagara corner of this half and game. And it'll be Hasse to take it. 7 players in the box. Hasse keeps it low. That one's set aside by Souter out to Clark. Clark trying to spring this one forward, but it's intercepted. Alamari back playing that back line while the defenders were up for the corner. Did well to read the play. Freitas will send this one back to Burke. Barnes trying to get wide to give him an option. Burke locates Hasse. He couldn't control it. And that one goes out for a touch. And they're going to bring this throw back. Riverside and UCR were trying to spring into action a little too quick and a little too forward. As the goal scorer, UCR has it again. Garcia Vargas into the middle of the field, spins away from pressure. UCR has it again. Riverside right now trying to build up their attack with the lead now. Almeida couldn't come up with the steal as Guazelli was able to dribble around. Good job right now by the Highlanders to keep possession. The pass back to Gonzalez, though, is an errant one. Gonzalez has to go all the way back to the 6-yard box to clear that one out of trouble. UCR couldn't get it to settle, and now Niagara will take over. Barnes tried boxing out for the turnaround, but a good job of getting a piece of it by Omerson will result in a Niagara throw rather than a quick counterattack. Hasse trying to push the pace. Alberg with the one touch looking for the return to Hasse. That one's going to be sent out. And we'll get another look at that pass. Back to Gonzalez. It was a bit offline, but he did well to get all the way back and able to get rid of it with no trouble. But the Purple Eagles looking to utilize their fourth corner of the half. Is this a high lofting one? And Gonzalez will handle that one easily at the near post. As we near 18 minutes left to go in the second half, Purple Eagles will turn up the pressure a little bit more. Baduia gets it back. Now Guazelli trying to lift this one to the far side, but that'll be whistled down on the offsides. So Freitas will come over and take this one as Garcia Vargas keeping a close eye on him, and that one might have glanced off big number 9, but Tofino able to track this one down. Almeida in traffic. That one will stick with the Purple Eagles. Almeida was confident about it, but the referees had to double check with each other. Tofino keeps this one in play. McKenna gives it back to him. Tofino fending off contact, loses control, kept in play. Barnes trying to wiggle free. Payne's up to help out. That will draw a whistle for the jersey tug. McKenna will set it down there, and Niagara will get closer to the 18-yard box for this free kick. As you see the number 10 for the Purple Eagles, one of our players to watch in this one, as he has to move this a little bit further out wide. Another chance here for the Purple Eagles to draw even. Tofino high in the air, no bend to it at all as it goes straight. Had it a couple times, now cleared out of the penalty area. Hassey takes a look, clears it back over to Tofino, who has some open air. Tofino now puts the high cross back in, headed high in the air, still free. Bicycle kick attempt, and it goes well wide. A good attempt in there by Alberg, as the Norway native had thoughts of a grand goal to tie things up. But that one sails well wide, but good thought and good contact, just couldn't find the mark. Another substitution now as Clark will come out.
Adrian Mead-Tatum for number 19, Brendan Clark.
Mead-Tatum will come in. Adrian Mead-Tatum, defensive freshman from Palos Verdes, California. Gonzalez not going to put this one in play, as they'll trust the senior center back. Maybe a good weight on that one. Headed out of play. Niagara will take the throw. You see the Highlanders settling into their defensive formation as they look to make this 1-0 lead hold up. Alberg looking for Barnes. Well defended, though, again by Omerson. Gonzalez clears that one out. Payne gets a foot on it, but not good contact. Tofino trying to keep it away from Ukar. Could not do so, but Ukar is blown for the fouls. The assistant referee saw the arm over the top and blew that one dead. Tofino will put it quickly into play. Barnes in the penalty area. Alberg, Almeida, a couple moves, couldn't find his way through. Tofino can't win that battle. It's cutting him off as Rosario Castro. Now thrown in by Payne, headed in. Niagara unable to find possession. Freitas bumps into his man. Now it's a foot race. Good job by Hassey, turning on the Jets to get back to help out. Elamari unable, though, to keep that one in the field of play, and that'll prompt a whistle and another substitution for the Highlanders.
For the Highlanders,
Garcia
number
Vargas
20,
will
Noah Lopez.
make
for
his
number
way
9,
over.
Roberto Garcia.
And you see checking into the game again is Noah Lopez. Lopez, a freshman himself from Highland, California, where he attended Citrus Valley High School. Free ball in the middle. Albert wins that race, puts it forward. Almeida in full stride, takes a peek. Now goes the dribble, lets it go off the right foot. He was looking for that far corner. As you see, the hands go to the head because, again, it was Pineda who got back to block that. You see Almeida trying to get around Omerson, does so and let that one go, and he felt good about the strike. But Pineda in good position. Niagara will have to settle for their fifth corner. They're ready to go. This one booted towards the net. That one was headed towards the goal, but blocked. Still available just outside the penalty area. It finds an empty, vacated wing, but Hassey rushing back to get there. Payne puts this one through. Almeida picks it up. Omerson out to defend. Under 13 left, a low cross. That one's headed out of trouble. Elamari gets it into position. Elects not to shoot. Wazzelli defends that one well and takes it away as the 2-8s came together. Long pass up ahead for Noah Lopez.
Stay on, stay on.
Lopez back with it, surrounded by purple jerseys, was able to find an outlet. This one chested down by Padilla. Padilla looking for the return pass. Guzzelli has it. That effort, and Burke had to go up high and punch it away. Was unable to catch that one, as a good look from distance forces Burke into action, as Guzzelli moving to his left in the left-footed effort.
Andrew Alexander.
Burke had to get up high and knock that one out, but it'll be a Highlanders corner kick, as they make a substitution to bring, I believe it was Alexander, back into the game with 11:35. Let's see if they elect to keep this one on the ground and short. Padilla gonna take this one. This one curling towards the goal and into the corner of the net. The set piece goal chested in. It's a 2-0 lead for the Highlanders as Adrian Meade-Tatum gets goal number 2. And UC Riverside is up 2-0. As you see the Highlanders celebrating as they elect to get aggressive with that corner kick, and it's another defender getting a key goal. As you see this one bending in, and it's chested into the corner of the goal. Niagara defense was concerned with the player going up high, but it got over Ukar and ends up off the chest of Meade-Tatum. And Niagara's going to make a couple swaps here as they'll look to try
for the Purple Eagles, number
find
4,
some pace
Jason
here in the
Repine,
final 11 minutes
16,
and some offense.
Gabriel
Repine
also
will
for
come
the Purple
into the
Eagles,
game.
number 22, New Kelly
Kelly
Bow,
Bow will
for number
check back in
27,
as well.
Herman Alberg.
So now the pressure really on for the Purple Eagles, trailing by 2. Bow will give off to Almeida. Almeida trying to dribble through, well defended by Alexander. They go to the touchline, and it will stay with Niagara.
78th minute for the UC Riverside Highlanders.
So now Niagara in position for this throw, looking for the long throw into the penalty area. That is absolutely launched. I believe that was Obi Funa who put it into play, but he overshot everybody. Now the long ball, looking to counterattack out of the Highlanders. Tofino back defensively with Alamari. Now the through ball. Guzzelli able to catch up to it, but then tripped on the ball, but he's able to keep it in play. Niagara scrambling right now to keep possession, and now Alamari has it. Alamari, long ball, a little too far for Almeida, as he's unable to make that run as we near 10 minutes on the clock. Good one-touch pass over to the side, and Souter will play it to the very far side of the field. Niagara trying to apply pressure, but good calm passing right now by the Highlanders as they keep it away, leading by 2. Pineda being converged on by a couple of purple jerseys, finds Guzzelli open. Guzzelli gets the return pass from Lopez. Tries to pass to the midfield. That one connects. He gets it right back again, does Guzzelli. Good through ball, springing Lopez, left-footed effort. Burke able to get low and make the save, and he quickly gets it out to Bow. Hassey now in control at midfield following that latest save by Burke to keep this at a 2-goal game. Almeida pivots into the middle of the field. He's surrounded by white jerseys, loses control. Pineda with a crafty little pass there, but recovering is Barnes for the Purple Eagles, puts this one through. There's a chance, that one's blocked, and Ukar's there to clear it out of the penalty area as Repine had that last opportunity. Here we go with the quick counter again for the Highlanders. O'Deal left foot shot, that one's right on as Burke able to make the save as he did well to find that lane, but Burke well positioned. Back-to-back saves for the Niagara goalkeeper. This one won't make it to Repine. Payne charging in there, though, to keep it alive. He's trying to get it over to Barnes, but won't connect on the pass. That'll allow our latest goal scorer to take some time on the throw-in, but Niagara's going to make a couple more swaps.
For the Highlanders, number 7, Leopoldo Hernandez. For number 25, Hermenio Padilla. Into the game for the Purple Eagles, number 16, Gabriel McKenna.
McKenna's going to
number
come
10,
back in.
Josh Tofino. Also for the Purple Eagles,
Tofino
number
checks
27,
out,
Herman Albert.
and
number
Albert
7,
comes back
Stephen
in for
Hassey.
Hassey. Islanders, good move on that far sideline, finally losing control. And the foul will eventually be called against Niagara as Guizelli ended up on the turf. 7.5 left to go. Highlanders with 2 goals in this second half. Allows them to play keep away and try to keep this lead intact. As Niagara defensively got back in time, and that foul is called against the Highlanders, so Niagara will try to quickly get started back up offensively as they'll let Burke put it into play. Now Burke punches it upfield. Elamari can't get by his man as Ukar stole it away. Ukar with the opening goal gets it to Lopez, making the run, takes a shot, and he sails that one high over the crossbar. As Guizelli was looking for a possible pass, but you see Lopez had the clear lane. Bo was in hot pursuit with Elamari. Lopez with himself getting under that last chance as a few raindrops start to fall here on Niagara Field. With the Highlanders up by a pair and an opportunity here, the flag stays down for Lopez. Puts the cross in, one touch and in, and that one is not going to count as the flag went up late. So we'll stay at 2-0 as offsides is the call as we trickle under 6 minutes. That one taken away by Ukar, deflected off of McKenna, so possession will stay with the Highlanders, but right now Ukar is the player down, and that's going to draw a stoppage of the clock with 5:33. Up next for this Highlander squad, again, they'll travel to Main Street for a 10 a.m. start on Sunday as they'll take on the Golden Griffs. Then they'll travel to San Diego on September 3rd. Of course, that 10 a.m. start is Pacific time, 1 o'clock Eastern. Their first home game will be against California Baptist. That's on Thursday, September 9th. It's the first of 4 straight home games for this Highlander squad that take place between the 9th and 19th. As for the Purple Eagles, they'll be back in action on Sunday as well. They'll be on ESPN3 against Utah Valley. As the Highlanders looking to find a third goal. It's still free. Now the low cross, and it's going to be an own goal. Payne stuck out the foot, deflects into the Niagara goal. And the Highlanders will seal up victory here today is with his second goal of the night. Meade Tatum has put this one out of reach for Niagara in their home opener. Tough break for the defender, Payne, as he was looking to defend that cross, but impressive play just to stick with it that whole time by Meade Tatum. It actually went off 2 Purple Eagle players
into the game for the Highlanders.
Entering
number
the Purple
17,
Eagle net.
Carlos Osorio.
As we'll take another look from field level.
Also for the
You'll see
Highlanders,
right here the pass
number 4,
is off of 2 Niagara players
Agustin
into the
Guerrero
goal.
for number 28.
And that will make it 3-0. Riverside out in
Highlanders
front.
goal, his second of the night, scored by number 22.
For the Highlanders,
Adrian
after not
Tatum.
playing in the
That's
2020
Tatum with the Highlanders
season,
goal in the
their
85th
first
minute
win
of play.
since 2019. As they open their season, if they're able to hang on for the next 4.5 minutes. Kina looking to try to make it a little bit more interesting, as is Alamari, as Niagara tries to press for offense, but it's the Highlanders that come away with it. They find a little space in the middle. Guzzelli with the heel pass to leave it there. Highlanders trying to set up another run with Lopez. Now it's touched out of bounds to the Purple Eagles. Mentioning the Niagara upcoming schedule, again, that's Utah Valley this Sunday at 1:30. We'll have it live on ESPN3. And then they'll finish off this 3-game homestand to open the season on Friday, September 3rd, when they welcome Binghamton for a 7 o'clock start. After that, the Purple Eagles hit the road for 5 straight, with the first being against Syracuse. Also in that 5-game road trip is a date with St. Bonaventure, as Niagara and the Purple Eagles renewed their rivalry with the Bonnies on September 15th. 7 o'clock start in Olean. That's always fun when those schools get together. As the free kick, Payne on the hop will head it forward, now put into the penalty area, still loose. And again, Mr. Steady in this game is the center back, Yonik Pineda, and he clears it from danger, but he will concede a corner to the Purple Eagles as we're under 3 minutes. It'll be Alamari who hustles over to take this one. Low and short. That one's headed out of trouble. Again, Highlanders out and running. That's Guzzelli. Stays on side for this one. Niagara trying to get back defensively, and Kelly Bow will be whistled down on that with 90 seconds left to go. Purple Eagles will open their conference schedule October 2nd when they travel to Fairfield. Always a tough opponent is Fairfield. Niagara did not see them last season in action before they return home on October 6th against Manhattan. So a long time in between home games from Friday, September 3rd to October 6th for this Niagara squad.
End of the game for the Highlanders.
If you're watching
Number
this
9,
in
Roberto
the area,
Garcia,
you
for
might
number
want to
2,
come out
Jacob
on Sunday
Sauter.
at 1:30 or possibly Friday the 3rd to catch this Niagara squad in action. Clock currently reading 2 minutes on the big scoreboard. As they reset it, it was down under 90. Freitas is going to allow Burke to take control of this one. As you saw Obifuna, who has control now. Payne and Freitas, that new look back line for the Purple Eagles, in action for this full game. Held this Highlander squad scoreless through the first half, and it was late before they were able to get on the board, with Ukar sliding one in on a sliding shot. And then off a couple of set pieces and counterattacks, they were able to expand on their lead. You take a look at the final stats of this one in our post-game show, you'll see a bit of a discrepancy in the shot attempts, but Niagara definitely fared much better in the second half. They just weren't able to take advantage of the looks they did get. You wouldn't call any of them grade A chances, but certainly opportunities left out there for the Niagara squad as we hit the final 45. Lopez in the middle field, causing a turnover as the Highlanders and their coach ready to celebrate victory here as we're under the final 30 seconds, and Tim Capello has to be happy with his return to Western New York with this team leading 3-0, looking to get the clean sheet officially in the books as Gonzalez
10,
was
9,
tested.
8, 7.
Had to make
6,
5 saves on the
5,
evening.
4,
As
3,
Lopez is going to look to
2,
launch one as
1.
time expires. It won't hit.